Go.
Hey guys, Lisa here, and I'm joined by the infamous Tony Carroll, who is no stranger to our page, and also Dr. Costa. And we have just finished recording actually a really in-detailed podcast around this whole mental health movement, but also the VitaNeu test, why you should do it. So you need to listen to the podcast because that goes into a lot of detail. But for right now, for the purpose of this video, Dr. Costa, what is this test that we keep talking about, and why is it so important that people need to do it?
Okay, basically, if you want to measure wellness or well-being or performance, one needs to measure one's physiology. It's as simple as that. And when I say physiology, what do I mean? I mean the physiology of your brain. How does your brain run your body and run yourself? How does it affect your thinking and your mental well-being? We need to measure the heart because the heart is very important, obviously, in well-being. And very importantly, we measure the autonomic nervous system. I'm just going to dwell a little bit on that. Our autonomic nervous system consists of two systems. The one's called the sympathetic, which is your fight-flight system. So that's when there's a lion in the room and you need to either run, fight, and then we have your parasympathetic, which is your rest and digest. That's when your body recovers. When you go home and you have a glass of wine and you're relaxing, your body recovers. And we shift between these two. The problem is that we're living our lives 80 to 90% of the time in fight-flight. And what does that mean? That means high adrenaline, high cortisol. What does that mean? It means high inflammation, oxidative cell damage, which damages your DNA and therefore affects cell regeneration and recovery and leads to heart disease, cancer, stroke, immune disorders, and the same happening in the brain. If the brain is in fight-flight, then you move towards depression, anxiety, and all the mental well-being issues. And finally, we measure something called the mitochondria, which are your energy factories in every single cell. And if those are damaged, then you can't generate energy, which means you can't run your body, you can't perform, you can't recover, and that just accelerates aging and disease and decreases your longevity over a period of time.
What he said.
Yeah, what he said.
And it takes 5 minutes. We put a belt around your chest, connect two wires to your brain and hand. You lie down, and in 5 minutes we have measured your physiology.
So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, I don't need this, I'm totally fine, but then you wake up every morning feeling a little exhausted, or maybe at night you're feeling tired but you're wired, and you're just feeling maybe stuck on a wellness journey, maybe your weight loss has plateaued. What are some of the other symptoms that people could be feeling and think they're fine, but actually they're not fine?
Well, it starts off with sleeping. Most people aren't sleeping well.
Okay.
I mean, we've got all these things that measure it, and we're not sleeping well because we're in fight-flight, because you can't sleep when there's a lion around that's going to kill you.
Okay.
So sleep is effective. Concentration, not being able to concentrate for long periods of time, getting tension, headaches, all the little things that we just take a tablet for, we don't really think about it. I've got a headache, take a tablet, and that headache's been there for a reason. It's physiology that's been affected.
And also how you talk to other people, and your words, and what are your thoughts, or take notice of your thoughts. Are they becoming more negative? Are you becoming more cynical? So there's also all of that. Are you very short with people? And that's not really me, but I find that I'm getting so annoyed with everyone.
Sort of giving people
There's
space.
all these little signs, you just don't feel like yourself.
I'm sure that's most of people watching this video.
Yeah, like you might look good, you might, I'm okay, I'm coping, but are you really?
As Dr. Costa says, there's always a cost. So right now you might be coping with your life, but at what cost? So on a physiological level, what is happening with your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system?
And your brain.
Your brain, your heart, your energy levels, what is happening there? And this test goes deep into that.
But people also forget what good feels like.
Yes.
Because when you're living at 60% of your potential, 60% becomes your norm. And when we do the test, when we often ask people questions, say, you know what, I haven't been sleeping okay, I have been irritable, and I kick the dog when I get home. It's actually making sense now, but they're not aware of it because nobody's ever measured it.
That's one of my quotes, by the way. It's even on the wall in the studio. Nothing feels as good as feeling good feels. I say that all the time, because only when you feel great and you know what that feels like, you get addicted to that feeling. You just want to feel like that for the rest of your life, even if there is sacrifice involved. you know, but most people don't know what feeling good feels like.
Yeah.
Because it's coffee, it's stimulants, it's alcohol, it's numb
Exactly.
things that numb feelings,
It's
it's
a job,
sleeping
it's
pills,
traffic,
it's
it's
they
everything.
just don't know what it is. So we encourage you to learn what feeling good feels like. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I hope that
As I
answers the
say, change your
question.
physiology, change your life.
There we go. Do the test.